we have started a new channel called GST with Tax Marvel, where we'll cover videos on GST return filing, GST compliances, GST provisions, and also we'll talk about your GST updates from time to time. This series we have started with an intention that we should share some insights on GST. So I'll request you all to like and share our videos and also to subscribe our channels. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Friends, we'll discuss about GSTR 10, that is final return by normal taxpayer. So once a registration is surrendered or cancelled by department for a normal taxpayer, the normal taxpayer has to file this return within a stipulated date, and we'll discuss about how to file GSTR 10. So friends, what is final return? As you can see by the name, final return means last return, right? Last return means after this you will not file any return, right? When will you file final return? What are the contents? Why you should file final return? All the details we will discuss once we go into your slide wise details, right? Anyone who has surrendered any registration now? Any one of the participants who has surrendered or cancelled GST registration in last 3 years? So friends, if you have surrendered or cancelled the registration, don't forget to file final return. If you don't file final return, department can ask you to pay any liability as per their computation, calculation and whatever it is, right? So we'll see the time limit also for filing final return and all that details once we'll move to your clause by clause analysis. So friends, what is GSTR 10 or final return? So any taxable person whose registration is cancelled or surrendered shall file final return. When will the registration get cancelled? Number 1, I have contravened any provisions of the law, so department will cancel my registration. Second, I have failed to carry on any business for 6 months or 2 quarters. Department will cancel the registration. I have failed to file my return and department has issued a notice under form GSTR 3A, show cause notice, and I have not responded to the notice, or I have decided that okay, you cancel my registration. Or department during proceeding or any other activity has cancelled my registration. Cancelled from department angle, surrender from my angle, right? So surrender means I know that I'll not do any business now and I'll surrender my registration. Second, I am staying in Telangana and now I'm moving from Telangana to West Bengal. So I'll surrender my Telangana registration, I'll obtain a new registration in West Bengal, right? So once I surrender or the department has cancelled the registration, the person has to file GSTR 10, final return. Who will file? The taxpayer will file final return. What does this return say? This return will say, this will have a statement of stock. In case of service provider, simple return, no statement of stock. In case of a person who is handling in goods, he has to declare the stock of goods on the date of cancellation. Own side cancel and department side. In both the cases, person will file GSTR 10. Even if I have surrendered, I will file GSTR 10. If department has cancelled, we will file GSTR 10. When will we file? Once the department will issue a cancellation order or date of cancellation, 3 months within that date I'll have to file. I'll come to it. So the return will contain the statement of stock. And I have to reverse the input credit lying in the stock as on the date of cancellation. So this is very important to understand that if you have a stock of 1 lakh rupees and input credit balance on that stock is 10,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees I have to pay in cash. I have to pay in cash. Right? So this return is to provide the ITC involved in closing stock, either input and capital goods or input service, right? Reversed or paid by taxpayer. I'll have to reverse. Second, who will file? Every taxpayer will file except input service distributor. Why will ISD not file? Because ISD does not handle any credit. It is only a mechanism to pass on or transfer the credit, right? Non-resident taxable person will not file this return. They will directly cancel. TDS, TCS or composition taxpayer will not file any this return. Why will composition dealer not file GSTR 10? Anyone can you reply in the box? Why will composition dealer not file GSTR 10? Anyone, can you try please? No issues. Yeah, Antra is very right. No ITC available. So if I don't have any ITC, so they will not file GSTR 10. In all these cases, if you'll see, they don't avail any ITC. So the question of filing GSTR 10 will not arise because I have not availed any ITC. Right? So that is very correct. You all have said. Next, it is mandatory to file GSTR 10 in cases where GST registration is cancelled or surrendered. Remember friends, it is mandatory. Next, people will keep on asking, sir, if I surrender or cancel, will I be able to log in for filing of GSTR 10? The login does not end. So once the order is issued, you will log into your portal and you will file GSTR 10. Right? What happens when you file? So ARN will be generated. SMS and email is a standard protocol that will get. Your electronic credit ledger and liability ledger will get updated. Means electronic credit and liability ledger will get updated. You will have zero liability. You will have zero liability, and this detail will automatically go to your tax officer. This detail will automatically go to your tax officer. Many people also ask that I had applied for registration today, and the registration cancellation I applied today, and the officer has taken 2 months to give the cancellation order. Will I file return for these 2 months? So there is a specific notification to this regard, that during the period where the registration is getting cancelled, the return is not to be filed. So you don't have to file the return. But I have seen in 1 or 2 cases where we have applied for cancellation, the officer has asked before passing an order for cancellation to file the return for the period 1 or 2 months, whatever it is. He has said you file the nil return and then I will cancel the registration. Right? Now friends, we'll move on to your this return. So you see here, prepare online, prepare offline. What is offline? If the detail of stock is more than 500 invoices, if the detail of stock is more than 500 invoices, I cannot provide the detail by preparing online. I have to use an offline template. What I am going to tell you is only online preparation of GSTR 10. Right? So if I have invoices less than 500 or records less than 500, I'll prepare online. Today we are going to discuss online filing of GSTR 10. Generally offline cases will not come. Right. See here, once you click on prepare online, this table will open. See. So the form is divided into these 3 parts. Part 1, address for correspondence, future correspondence. If I cancel your registration, where can I contact you? So I'll tell my phone number, email ID, address and all, pin code, everything. Second, certificate from a practicing chartered accountant or a cost accountant on stock, ITC in stock. So you cannot declare and say, okay, 1 lakh this stock is there and ITC is nothing. So this has to be declared or certified by a cost accountant or chartered accountant in practice. So as a practicing cost accountant, if any one of you wants to practice or is practicing, this is one area you can practice. So this is there. Third is reporting detail of goods with invoices, without invoices, right? So goods with invoices, without invoices. So you have detail of goods, invoice wise detail is there. Second, you have stock but you don't have invoice wise detail. Any one of you, if you remember, while transitioning from your earlier regime to GST regime, in your transitional provision, there was a clause which said if you don't have invoice but the duty is paid, you are eligible to take 40 or 60% of eligible credit. I hope you remember. So out of that stock, some stock is left. So if some stock is left, I don't have invoice wise detail. So I'll report in table 8D. 8A, B, C details with invoices, 8D without invoices. Why I am telling you in detail? Because tomorrow if this form is to be filed, you can file it yourself. Next, address for future communication. So if I am applying for surrender, I'll file REG 16, form number REG 16. In that form, I am already providing an address, right? So while filing my cancellation application, I have given an address. So based on that address, this GSTR 10 will get updated. I can choose, okay, I don't want to change that address, I want to keep the same address. Or after 2 months when the registration is cancelled, my address has changed. So I can update my address. See here, address for future correspondence, building number, floor, premises, road, street, town. See here, PIN code, mobile number is mandatory, email ID is mandatory. So department wants to know your contact detail even after you have cancelled your registration or you have surrendered your registration. Tomorrow it can happen because of investigation of some other party, your name has appeared or your GST number has appeared and you have very well cancelled your registration and you have left or you have fled. In that case, department will see, okay, they have your email ID and your mobile number, they can contact you, right? Or any future assessment proceeding is there or any other proceeding is there in which they can contact you, right? Next, friends, it is chartered accountant certificate or cost accountant certificate. It is a practicing cost accountant or chartered accountant certificate. What the certificate will have? It will have the name of the firm, your name of the chartered accountant or cost accountant, membership number and date of certificate. And a scanned copy of the invoice is to be uploaded. And there is a particular format in which that certificate is to be issued. You have to follow that format, right? Where will you get that format? Go to GST rules, part B, forms and returns. You will get format of all the forms, all the certificate there. GST rules, part B. CGST rules 2017. So see here, after the address of correspondence, you will have CA certificate. In the CA certificate, you will have name of the firm, name of the chartered accountant or the cost accountant, membership number, date of certificate, and you'll have to upload the certificate as well. So after I provided my communication address, after I have uploaded the CA certificate, what will I do? I will provide details of invoices with stock with invoices, right? Stock with invoices. So I could have purchased that stock in GST regime. I could have purchased those invoices or stock pre-GST also. So in case of GST regime, I'll provide GST number. In case of pre-GST, I'll provide central excise or your VAT number. Central excise or VAT number. right? So see here, 8A, B, C. So drop down you will select GST or central excise or VAT, right? Once you select GST, you will provide invoice number, invoice date, right? Description and your details. Any query on this? Anyone? Any doubt? Any doubt on table A, B and C? So this is your invoice wise detail where invoice number is there, right? You have purchased from a registered dealer either GST or pre-GST, right? So you'll have to provide detail here, right? This is your table 8A, B and C. Table 8A, B and C. Invoice number will be invoice wise, right? You can have any sequence like you have any supplier, first GST number 1, invoice number 1, GST number 2, invoice number 3, GST number again 1, invoice number 4, again you will have to file, right? Let me take the queries one by one. So invoice number serially is not compulsory. Any sequence you can give invoice by detail, right? Second, stock value and invoice value, whatever as per books you have the stock details are there, right? So like you purchased 10 pens, right? Out of them 6 you sold and 4 is left. So that invoice number detail will be there for purchase and stock will put 4. You'll put 4 only, you'll not put 10, right? Next. After submitting REG 16, MOU, you'll have to wait for department to issue a cancellation order. Once the cancellation order is issued, then only you'll be able to file GSTR 10. If the cancellation order is not issued, you cannot file GSTR 10. After issue of cancellation order, you can file GSTR 10, right? Next. If you don't have any input details, if you don't have any stock balance which is left out, it is not mandatory to file CA or ICMA details. But if you have any input balance which is left out, which is to be reversed, right? In that case, this CA or CMA details is mandatory. License cancelled vendor. So the system will not verify your GST details and all. If you have purchased 2 years back and the vendor has cancelled the GST number, you can very well provide that detail, right? Service provider, you don't have to provide your CA certificate, right? There is no monetary ceiling for CA. Even for 2 rupees, 10 rupees, you have to provide your CA certificate, right? Mo, you can drop me a mail and I can resolve your issue offline, right? So I'm just giving you my mail ID. You just write my mail ID. You can drop me a mail. I can resolve this issue offline also. If the order is issued, the order has to be issued online. They cannot issue a physical order and then you will not be able to see GSTR 10, right? So I'll just connect to me offline. I'll show you how, or you can just message me on my mobile also. I'll guide you how to file GSTR 10, right? Don't worry. So next will be, so I'm proceeding further, friends. Next will be your goods without invoices. So in case there are goods without invoices, you don't have to provide your invoice number. What you provide, only GST number, right? And total stock. Because invoice file detail is not there. So see here, you select GST and VAT, right? And then you select your GST number of the vendor and total stock. So you don't have to provide invoice wise detail. If the vendor is pre GST, provide detail of central excise or VAT number and provide total detail. If the vendor is registered under GST or purchase in GST regime, provide your GST number, the vendor GST number, and put all the details there, right? So friends, in case of goods without invoices, just provide GST number and total stock. That's all. Total stock, total ITC claimed. So see here, GST number, total value, IGST, CGST and SGST. Input credit or tax payable, right? Input credit or tax payable. So now once you have filled your 8A, B, C and 8D, 8A, B, C was your details on which invoice wise detail is available. 8D, GST number or excise number or VAT number is there, but the invoice wise detail is not there. You will provide all the details. Once you provide all the details, you have a preview button, right? So preview draft. Once you click on preview draft, you will see here the draft of your form will be available, right? So once you see the draft and confirm, the system will tell you how much tax you have to pay. How much tax you have to pay, right? So once you click on proceed to file, the system will tell you how much tax you have to pay. See here. Total liability 3,000 rupees. What is 3,000 rupees? Now tell me. This 3,000 rupees is your GST as per taxable value or input credit which you have availed on those invoices, or the closing stock is to be paid in cash. See here. So this cash ledger balance you don't have, credit ledger balance you have. So you have an in on that date. So what will happen is, I'll tell you a practical example, very practical example. You have taken a registration, 2 years you have done a business. Understand this very carefully, friends. 2 years you have done a business, right? You had purchased for 2 lakh rupees and you have sold it for 3 lakh rupees. You have purchased for 2 lakh rupees and you have sold for 3 lakh rupees. So your input was 20,000 rupees, your output is 30,000 rupees. So you have sold, you have paid cash. On the date of cancellation, you have stock left for 25,000 rupees, right? On which you don't have any input credit because you have utilized all your input credit in payment of your liability. So on the balance stock of 25,000 rupees, you have to pay GST on the rate. Scenario 1. So your credit ledger balance is 0. Your credit ledger balance is 0. Second scenario. You have only purchased the goods but you have not sold anything. So on 2 lakh rupees, 20,000 rupees is your credit ledger balance. Your liability will come as 20,000 rupees. You don't pay cash. You will pay cash 0. But your input credit on the date of surrender will lapse. Because department will not refund you any cash. Department will say, this is your stock, this is your liability, knock off 0. So you will not pay a single penny in case entire stock is there and you have sold nothing, right? Any doubt in this? Anyone, any doubt in this? I hope I'm clear in this form and understand it very carefully. People will say, where this liability is coming, I don't have anything to pay, I have a old stock, dead stock and all. So remember friends, you have purchased stock of 2 lakh rupees. Out of that 1 lakh 75 rupees value of stock you have sold for 3 lakh rupees. So you have used entire ITC. Today when the balance stock is there, you don't have an input credit in your ledger. For 25,000 rupees, all the reversal will happen and you have to pay cash. If the balance is left and you have balance in credit ledger also, that credit ledger will be used. right? So see here, tax, third table, tax, interest, late fee, payable and paid. So left hand side is your tax payable, right? Second column is tax paid when you applied for cancellation. So during cancellation you did not pay any cash. So balance tax payable and paid through ITC. You have ITC balance also. So if you have ITC balance, pay everything. If you don't have ITC balance, the reversal, this is nothing but reversal. This reversal will happen along with your, in case you have purchased with tax but there is no more sale, on the date of surrender, the entire input credit will be reversed and it will become zero, right? It is your direct cash loss. So if you have only purchased and there is no sale, you cannot go and claim refund of that. You cannot go and claim refund of that. Refund will only come in two scenarios. One, export outside India. Second, supply to SEZ, right? Or if you have wrongly paid any tax under any cash ledger. In this scenario, where the stock is left on the date of cancellation, there will be no refund available, right? So next we'll move on to your filing. So you click on this authorization, file GSTR 10, you click, then you give the OTP. After OTP, system will say okay, you want to file, then file. So if the balance is not there, you have to pay in cash. If the balance is there, you have to pay through input tax credit. Thank you for watching our video, and we hope that you enjoyed this learning series GST with Tax Marvel. And don't forget to share, like and subscribe our videos, and do also tell your friends or colleagues who want to make their career in GST or want to get updated on GST aspects. Thank you friends. Thank you.